gamer friends. This is not how I had planned I was gonna spend my evening tonight. Hello, Cool Games. And I was super excited to be able to enjoy the power of the internet today to consume all the media about Monster Hunter Wilds, right? Today was the day that a lot of people were able to release their information, share their opinions, share their game footage, and so on about the upcoming Monster Hunter Wilds game. And I will say that with an asterisk, right? Today I absolutely spent a bunch of time on YouTube. Well, right, I had my earbud in while I was grocery shopping and so on, and got to listen to a lot of people talk about Wilds, read some articles, which if you want a great article, Kotaku has a fantastic, I'll try and list a bunch of safe links and safe places to go to get good, interesting information where they're not just kind of saying the same thing that everybody else has been saying, but also to keep it spoiler free. Today, I skunked myself. I was on Facebook a little too much apparently today, going through the Monster Hunter Wilds groups, and I had just seen the post where tomorrow there's going to be another live, which I know they had said more gameplay footage, more about the ice area, and then there was something else. So super excited, but now I'm kind of like, maybe it's too close to the game, right? Maybe I want to just kind of back away until I can go pick up my copy Friday morning, because I saw that post and I was scrolling through the Monster Hunter group, and it's no fault of anyone, right? Like it's really not that big of a deal, but it was a spoiler. And right, knee-jerk reaction, oh, I was so excited, and then it was like, dang it, I didn't want to know that yet, right? It's one of those things that would have been so exciting and so fun to discover for myself in the game. So that said, I'm going to take a step back from Facebook for a couple of days because I don't want to get burned again. So I'm here. I'm going to run through a couple of the videos, a couple of the articles, right? Lots of ranking sites and so on today talking about Monster Hunter Wilds. Everything that I'm going to say is spoiler free. I want to make you like a happy bed of information, of safe places, safe links, safe reviews to go and consume without worrying about game spoiling, okay? Because we don't want that. And it's so funny, right? In this day and age of so much information and so much media, there are still some things that I want to keep that safe. I want to get to enjoy those little detail things that are going to come through playing the game, which is why I'm absolutely appreciating the embargo situation on the endgame. Apparently, people are not allowed to talk about endgame. They're talking the story, they're talking the time play, they're talking, weapons crafting and armor, they're talking, beginner rank, they're talking high rank. They're not talking about endgame, and almost every single person will tell you, I'm not allowed to talk about awesome, right? Keep a little bit of that mystery. Give me enough information to get me excited to go play, but don't give it all away, right? So a happy helper today, thank you so much, sent me to Noisy Pixel, who is a Monster Hunter that I did not know ahead of time. They gave this game a 9.5 out of 10. I'm trying to see what I wrote. They did have a bit of gameplay footage. Noisy Pixel also is Chargeblade. Let's go. And they were great. They kind of gave an all-around synopsis. They focused more on talking about the storyline and how interesting that was, because come on, it's a Monster Hunter game. We're really not used to having that interesting of a story. So this is kind of exciting. I'm really excited to get into this and see how my hunter is going to fit in with everything else that's going on. So Noisy Pixel, absolutely, I would recommend as somewhere to subscribe if you want to listen to them as they continue on their Monster Hunter Wilds journey. Eric's, I have been in love with Eric's and the information that they share since what? Since Monster Hunter on handheld. Because I started playing Chargeblade then, and Eric's was offering Charge Blade, Charge Blade information. I got a lot better due to watching footage, due to enjoying somebody else saying, here are the cool combos that I can do, because Monster Hunter back then did not even tell you, like these are the button combinations and these are the things that'll happen. Nuh-uh, there wasn't any of that. So to have that information, to be able to jump over and say, hey, look at all this cool stuff I learned, I'm gonna go play now. Fantastic. Eric's gave it a 9. Fantastically spoiler free. They say it multiple times in the video that they're going to keep it spoiler free because, again, most people who are talking about Monster Hunter Wilds right now are hunters. These are people who have been waiting to get back into this world. So they understand, right? They understand the desire to learn everything, but also the desire to experience the world for yourself. Eric's gave it a 9. Eric's did talk a little bit more, once you get into the high rank information, talking about the tempered monsters and the frenzied monster, right, where you're having to do, I want to say it was in World, right, where you go and you'd look for the footprints, and then you'd get those different timed quests and so on that would get you the different kind of decorations and parts, different rewards for doing different things, right, within, a solo hunt, or you have to do it within only 20 minutes or that kind of stuff, right? And I think what's going to be interesting is also doing it within different weather patterns. The way that I finally got my Arkveld was doing it during the day. I could not, I swear I did the evening and night, and then the dust storm comes up. I could not get that Arkveld. I could not. And then finally, and it was trapping too. If you weren't trapping, what were you doing? I don't even know. I trapped it both solo and as a team with the Charge Blade. And I know the team one, we got it in 18 minutes. It really wasn't, it didn't feel as tight as some of them have in the past. Fantastic. My God, I'm so excited. IGN gave it an 8. Also, the article was interesting. It's IGN, so I've kind of learned to take it with a grain of salt. They very much, because of course I did IGN after watching all of the actual hunter video reviews and stuff. IGN seems to echo the same information that everybody else is giving, right? It feels like a short story, which if you have played Monster Hunter before, we've always joked that the story is just a tutorial, right? Once the credits roll, that's when the real game starts. So I don't care. I don't care that you feel like the story is short. There's so much to do outside of the story that it's fine. And then they're also going to be giving us more. There's already a roadmap for more information, more, hunts, more whatever else they decide to add is coming already in the spring and then again in the fall. Plus, you never know. So, Rurikhan is a Monster Hunter that I have followed, that I have seen his videos in the past. But it's been a minute. So I was excited to get back in there. He is a gun lancer, which is super interesting, and he is still so hyped to play the gun lance. I think some of these more complicated weapons are gonna see more playtime coming into Wilds with some of the honestly super smooth controls. I can't even talk to you especially in World with the Charge Blade, getting that shield charge to do that powered block was hard. And then in Rise, I don't know if I ever even did it once. I don't know what it was, maybe the way the controls felt or the way that I was playing, I don't know. But I know it was one of the first things that I was able to do, and I kind of did it right. And you see on the screen when the Charge Blade, you save that power to the shield, the shield icon lights up in your corner. And I was just like, oh, yes. I remember just being so excited that it happened, right? You get the noise to let you know that you did it, and let's go ram into stuff with my shield, get some hit points with that block. So Rurikhan, it's like a 40-minute video, totally spoiler free. You can tell that this is a hype man. He is so excited to get back. Right, he did a demo beta kind of save, and then he's gonna go back through, right, and do every side mission and do every little mining thing and do every little side quest that you can do. And those are the hunters that I love to kind of keep tabs on, especially as we're going through gameplay. right? There's always a wall, which isn't something that is being mentioned in these reviews currently, which I think is interesting. Is there a wall? Is there going to be a wall? I'm sure there'll be a wall. And to be able to hit that and be like, oh, I'm terrible at this game, and then go see other people and see how they're experiencing the world and how they're continuing to progress. And so it's like, okay, if those people can do it, I can do it too, right? There's literally nothing that makes them different than me. All they're doing is playing the same game that I am. So let's go, right? I guess I don't know exactly what it is that charges me up about that. But knowing there's other hunters out there that are progressing, that can progress, that really guns me up and makes me want to keep going. Gaijin Hunter is another person that I've followed. They talked a little bit about the skill system. What do I have here? Oh, they played multiple weapons in their game footage. And dual blades. Like, I'm so excited. Dual blades is definitely one of the, like, my second tier weapons that I've run. I love playing dual blades, especially early game when you're hunting some of the little quicker monsters. Dual blades is super fun. So their footage was really fun to watch. Absolutely recommend. Again, somebody who called out multiple times, this is spoiler free. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. You know, please come back and watch my playthrough videos. It's going to be amazing. They also discussed the ability to be able to share loadouts when you're playing in those linked, link team or link quests, or I don't even know, where you can like purposely group up people. And then you're able to kind of call each other into hunts, which I'm super excited to hear how this works. Because one of the conflicts that I was hearing is people talking about the cutscenes. There were people saying you can't play until you get through the cutscenes. Everybody has to get through the cutscenes, right? Watch your own, get through that story part, and then jump in. And then there are people like Gaijin Hunter saying how smoothly that works. That you just watch it together. Apparently, maybe it puts right on each of your footage that you're watching, you're each seeing yourself in that scene, and then you jump in. So you're not having to, right? If I'm playing with a team of 4 hunters, we're not having to complete the story quest 4 times, which with a grindy game like Monster Hunter, it's not a bad thing to do it 4 times, right? Then you're going to get the armor, you're going to get the pieces that you need. But you don't have to do it 4 times. You watch the cutscene once and go. And then if you want to do, this is just gonna be so much fun. So you do it, quest ends, there's another one nearby, whatever it was that you were hunting, go hunt it again. It's nighttime now, so the drops are gonna be different. Or it's in a pack, so you can hunt 2 of them at the same time. Like, this is gonna be so much fun. Anyway, yeah, they talked about the co-op, about the story hunting stuff. So again, I'm hoping that's how it works, that it is actually that smooth, where it's, you know, we can kind of watch the footage and get that part done, and then we are all progressing through the story. Because that kind of goes back and it kind of ties into the whole gathering hub aspect of it also, with the whole like eating on the go and being able to just cook and prep and do for yourself in your tent at your little base or whatever. They've cut that gathering hub. So we can't all just like stand around and admire each other's armor and arm wrestle. There had better be arm wrestling. Like, don't even talk. I know there's fishing. There had better be arm wrestling. Yeah, so I'm super curious how this 100 people hub, right? Where there's gonna be 100 people, which means there's gonna be constant quests, staying connected and being able to hop in and out of things. It's gonna be so much easier and so much smoother. But, right, I'm hoping that whatever the hunter card situation exchange is going to be, number one, please don't limit me to only 100 hunters. I can only have 100 other people's hunting cards. Like, that would be nasty. If there's only 100 people in a hub, how am I going to only have 100 people to keep in my menu to be able to hunt with? Especially when everything is going to be like so fresh and active. There's constantly going to be different people to go hunt with. So yeah, I hope they don't limit it to 100. Game Rant gave it an 8 out of 10. I felt like their review was really good, but again, they kind of highlighted, it feels like the story was short. It feels like, you know, like we're still waiting for updates. We're literally waiting for updates. Capcom has said, here's the roadmap, just like they have since World. Here's the roadmap. Here are the things that are coming. Get ready. these are the things that you can expect. Sure, we're going to keep something secret, although I'm sure stuff tomorrow will get revealed, right? Since they already told us that Mitsuzune is coming this spring, I'm sure they'll reveal something else for the spring update. Hopefully it's going to be the Fated 4, right? And we know that we can get... I can't wait to hunt Gammoth again. Please, please, Capcom. Can I have Gammoth? Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what they decide to do. Game ranks, which I was very surprised. They have like 8 million followers and I've never heard of them. Game ranks, your review was awesome. Number one, it was awesome because they started at the beginning of the review as, I am a casual hunter. That's awesome. The game is going to be different for you if you're playing for a different level of involvement. He talked about in World, casually playing, hitting those walls, going out and gathering more information, getting experience, going on those, you know, different kind of tempered hunts and those kind of things, learning more about the monster, and then doing it again. A casual hunter plays Monster Hunter differently. And it was really interesting to kind of get that take and how excited this guy was, you know, for the beautiful areas, even though, again, this seems to be a universal thing. And it even was for me, that the worlds, the different environments are so big. Even in World, and definitely in Rise, you didn't have to ride the critter bus, right? Like if you didn't want to get on your dog, if you didn't want to, well, in World, there wasn't a dog, but if you didn't want to, you could just go wander. And that doesn't work in this game. I mean, I even figured that out in the beta, right? There are certain areas that only the secret can go, like all those cool, like rocky crop things where you're like up and down and everything. That's not for people. The people can't go wander there, so you can't get those mining things. You can't get that endemic life, which you have no room to showcase. So why am I catching endemic life? Just for points? Lame. Yeah, so going without your secret is really kind of pointless. I don't like that. That said, it's kind of a mobile base, and so you need it with you anyway. And if you leave without it, you just whistle and it shows up. So it's kind of, we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't bother me. Hopefully it's not gonna be where it's like, oh, this world is so big, and so I feel detached, because there's so much of it to take in. I'm not learning the space, or I'm sure for Rise and definitely for World, if I hopped back in and wandered around for a little bit, although not in World, if we were like up in the tree, oh my gosh, it's so bad. But in most of the areas for Rise, right, because you learn where those like wire bug things are, and that was really all you needed to do. Like, I know this wire bug throws me up into the mountains, and this wire bug that's behind the house, you know, like takes me, those kind of environmental clue things that you need to function and survive in those spaces. I hope there's enough of that in Wilds. I hope I get to a point where I feel attached to those spaces, because I played probably between 8 and 10 hours in the demo, or in the beta. I'm sorry, it's a beta, folks. It was a beta. Yeah, probably 8 to 10 hours. And I really don't feel attached to the area, other than to the Oasis, like the cool place that's way out where you gather the parashrooms to make drink bombs. I knew where that place was. I could get there easy. What else do I want to say here? Just real quick. I'm really looking forward to the endgame stuff. Like hearing how interesting the story is, how, you know, there's some twists and turns in there, that the ending is going to be really satisfying for some people and really upsetting for others. I'm like, what does that mean? Super excited to find out about that. Them keeping the end game tight. Let's go. I think that's awesome. I will do my best to hold myself to a media diet once I start playing, so that that end game stays tight. What others? Yeah, the no gathering hub. And then the whole meal thing. So you eat a meal, and then it's good for 50 minutes, which is the length, right? Like a full length of a hunt if you take 50 minutes. But what if you don't? Then it just stays. What if you cart? Does the meal erase? Then you have to sit there and eat again? Like some of this stuff is just gonna be something you kind of learn as you go. Which is part of why I'm really excited to hopefully stream. I am not tech savvy. I'm really working on this. It's not amazing. I'm gonna do my best. It might be that I stream for a while on YouTube, I stream for a while on Twitch, and as I get OBS kind of figured out, hopefully I'll be able to share to both places and make things amazing. Because I think the reason that the husband and I were able to play Monster Hunter Tri is because we just get on and play. And there would be other people and they would say stuff like, don't forget hot drinks. Don't do this. Make sure you mine, you know, because that mine thing over that way, over the crazy rock bridge, gives you one of those like tarnished weapons that you then can upgrade to be the best weapons in the whole game, right? Like you learn through the community, and it is just the coolest thing about Monster Hunter. So I'm really hoping that I can be a source to some of that beginner material, some of the things that become so natural as you just play through Monster Hunter, but they become natural because I already know those things. I know now that, you know, to go up to the mining outcrops, you can just press A and just hold it. You don't have to tap it anymore like you used to have to. Don't waste your time tapping it. Just hold it. The animation just, and then you're done. You can walk away. There's so much stuff, and I think that was also talked about in most of the reviews of this game, is the layers are still there. It is still so dense, and there's so much to do, and so many people still were like, basically it was just you know, like a full story beta, right? It's not been optimized yet. The download, right? We don't have the 48-hour download yet, so it's hard to judge it super hard. I'm just hoping Best Buy has my game Friday morning. Best Buy, better have my game. Because I'd love to at least get it home and get it loading while I run around and do my other Friday stuff so that I can play Friday night. So I am guessing that is all I have. I will absolutely share the links to the videos that I enjoyed today. I'll share some of the graphics and so on of the rankings. Nobody gave it a 10. Nobody gave it a 5. Right, like the 4.5 out of 5, 9 out of 10 absolutely seemed to be kind of the average, right? The Metascore is doing really well. But again, the people who get review codes are people who like Monster Hunter. So trying to not be too cynical, but at the same time, right, be realistic. Ask me questions. I love Monster Hunter. I love to talk about Monster Hunter. I love to think about Monster Hunter. So if you have any questions, anything that I can answer up front about Monster Hunter Wilds coming on Friday, I will be playing on PlayStation 5. I will have my PlayStation information available so that you can add me and come and hunt with me. I love to play online multiplayer. I do not enjoy hunting solo, although that used to be what I used to do, is hunt solo through the story just to get the story stuff done. Maybe I don't have to do that anymore. That's really exciting. Thank you, Capcom. Thank you, Capcom, for continuing to make Monster Hunter. Like, I can't believe it's here. There's been somebody in a Monster Hunter Wilds group that has been counting down since we hit 100 days out. They have done every single day, right? Like just a countdown on their phone that they screenshot and post every single day. We are so close. It is so outrageously fun. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll share those links. Please go visit everybody. Go talk about Monster Hunter. Watch out for spoilers. I'm not even kidding. Watch out for spoilers so that you don't get those little zings. And then, right, when you get into the game, it'll be like, oh, yeah, there it is. Like, man. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. And as always, thanks for playing.